For the next couple weeks, you are going to be learning about data types and database design, and you're going to apply what you learn in the first milestone of our final project. So you are going to go through Chapter 8 in the book and then look through the chapter key points. All of these data types you initially saw in Chapter 2, and we took a look at them in our SSMS assignment. And so you're just going to be learning more about them. You will notice that there are some interactive exercises that I encourage you to practice. This one in particular lets you cast one data type into another. We will actually be using the cast command later in the semester. And then you'll notice also at the bottom there are some end of chapter exercises. You do not need to do those, they are optional. But keep in mind the different data types, because in upcoming weeks you're actually going to be creating your own tables, and part of that process involves using data types. And after you're through with Chapter 8, which is really short, then you're going to go through Chapter 10, Database Design. So you're going to go through the chapter in the book, and then you will take a look at the chapter key points. This does go through normalization. It is hard to read about normalization and really understand how it works. So we do have a textbook assignment that practices using normalization. So you're going to want to go through this, look at the examples, because I put a ton of examples in here, and kind of get a feel for what it is. And then we're actually going to go through the process of normalizing. And that is in the Chapter 10 textbook assignment. And you're going to probably want to watch the videos because they're going to actually help, they're going to walk you through this. And you'll be creating an ER diagram to start with. And ER diagrams basically lay out tables and show how the tables are related. So it's going to connect tables based on primary keys and foreign keys. And you will know what primary keys and foreign keys are after going through Chapter 10. So this kind of walks you through the process. Also walks you through the normalization process. So we'll start with tables and then we'll break them into additional tables. And once you are done with that, we actually will take the information and put it into an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. The exercise involves having the data in like a single spreadsheet, and from this single spreadsheet you are going to create multiple tables. Quite often in a company, because they don't know how to use a relational database, they throw everything into a spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet as is does not convert well into tables. So you have to actually break the data apart. And that is what you're going to be doing in task number 2. And you'll be normalizing. And this is exactly what you're going to have to do in the final project milestone. So this kind of walks you through the process. And once you're done with that, then you can work on the final project milestone. And so you're going to want to think about an idea for a database. And the database that you create in upcoming weeks is going to need to have at least 6 tables in it. So whether it's, music or a business related one, I've got an example of some generic tables here. Hopefully to give you an idea, yours does not have to be nearly this big, but it might give you some ideas. And after you look through those, I actually walk through my own example of my little Etsy business that I'm going to start whenever I have time. And so you'll kind of walk through this, and you are going to definitely want to watch the videos and see how I created these, because you're going to need to turn in the spreadsheet and the ER diagram. They do not have to be perfect. Typically, I have to do some revisions. It is important that we get them perfect, or as close to perfect as we can, before we actually create your database and tables in SSMS. Because if we create your database and your tables correctly, then the rest of the semester, as far as creating your final project, will go quite smoothly. If those tables are not created correctly, then we have lots of problems. And we don't want problems. We want everything to go smoothly. So if I see any problems in your project, I will tell you how to fix them. You will get all the points just for going through the process, because that is how you learn. Okay, but before we proceed to the second milestone, you're going to want to fix the problems. Once you finish that, then there is a short research paper that you are going to need to complete. It's on the legal and ethical issues of data sharing. So you'll be looking at database design, data availability, and the individual's right to privacy. So you should be focusing on legal and ethical issues and one of the following. You do not have to write a paper on all three, but so either database design or data availability or the individual's right to privacy. Okay, you should have 3 sources that you cite in your paper. Should be double-spaced and full sentences, proper grammar, and it should be short, just 1 to 2 pages. And as far as citing the source, if it's an online source, really all you have to do is copy and paste the link for me. You can just have, after your paper, you can just say sources and then copy and paste links. If it's from an article that is printed, then I need to know the whatever magazine or article you got it from, the name of the article, the author, and that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions or if you run into problems, please send me an email, drop by office hours, either online or on campus, and I'd be happy to answer them. Have a great week or couple weeks. And again, any problems or questions, just let me know.